going to make a kick asserole. That's right. It's actually a little off take of Abby's chicken casserole that she makes for Anthony. So we kind of changed it up a little bit. So all credit goes to her. But we're just going to change it up. Yes, we know that you can't hold your liquor. You like to lick everything. And while I was prepping today, Chicken was falling on the ground and he really was having a ball. So I'm just going to quickly wash my hands here. Even though Tracker's one of the cleanest dogs I know, he's so spoiled, but we got to do the right thing, right, Trax? And I promise you, when Chicken falls, we'll give it to you again. So that's right. Today we're going to make a casserole, and it's exciting for me because my mom was never a casserole maker. She was a stay-at-home mom, but she was one of these meat and potato and veggies and spaghetti and meatballs and lasagna. But a one-pot meal, she just did not do, and I don't know why. It's one of the easiest things in the world. So I'm going to get going. I have a pot of water going here. It's just a tiny bit salted, but I'm going to throw in a 12-ounce bag of egg noodles. I'm going to turn this heat up so it gets boiling. And I can do this while I'm actually sauteing what we need because these cook up extremely fast. And egg noodles come. Are you excited? Nothing fell yet.
Coming hot.
And these are the wider egg noodles. I like them that way. You know, they have all different sizes, but that's the ones that I like to go with. So while those are cooking, I'm going to show you the easy ingredients. I do have them listed here, and I'm going to go ahead and post it like I did last week on Facebook. And I had so many people sending me pictures. Still the chicken caprese, but also of the cake that they made, the flourless chocolate cake that we made. So this is going to be another great recipe to keep in your recipe book. Speaking of recipe book, I'm not sure yet if I'm putting it in mine. I'm finishing up my final touches here, but I'm not sure if this one is going in or not. So, okay, so I'm heating the pan up to medium high, and I'm going to put in 4 tablespoons of butter, which is basically a quarter of a cup. Look at him today. I need that energy. Woo, buddy. What's going on? All right. Okay, so I'm melting the butter here. And you know me, I like to use unsalted butter. And then into it is going to go some onions. And I have a half of a cup. So they're already minced up. I was going to take the time and chop them. But I figured, you know, sometimes I get crying with onions because they are really, really the fresher they are, the more you will cry. So I'm going to put these in here, and we're just going to get them browned up, and so they're a little bit soft and translucent. And to it, I'm going to add some garlic, and it's 3 cloves or it's 1 tablespoon. So save yourself the time, use the minced. Much easier. Yes, it's better and more fresh when you actually, you know, hit them yourself and chop them up. But, you know, sometimes when we're busy and we're coming home from work, we don't have all that time. On a Saturday and Sunday, that's a little bit different. All right, so while these are going, I have them on, yeah, and our noodles are going, I wanted to take the time to thank everybody because, as you may or may not know, it was a little bit of a weird week for me. I rescued a kitty from the back of the restaurant, and then I actually lost the kitty. And I was heartbroken, and I felt guilty because her mother still lives behind the restaurant. And I was thinking, I can't even take care of this cat. She slipped out. She's only like 9 weeks. She hasn't even had shots or anything yet. So I was extremely, extremely worried about her. We couldn't find her. But I wanted to thank everybody for all the well wishes, the prayers. People offered to come over and walk the neighborhood with me. I have such a great community of friends. I'm really, really just thrilled and honored. And while I'm talking about friends, last week I made this comment about this pan and how Abby had, is this guy kidding me?
He wants a belly rub.
I can't give you a belly rub right now, I just can't. I was talking about this pan and how Abby has the most beautiful dishes. So, and that, you know, I've been in the kitchen a long time, and I'm married, and I have like a whole big collection, but they're kind of old now. So I had a friend, Janice Todd. She came into the restaurant last night, and she has a company called Jafra, and Jafra Products, and I actually use her concealer to conceal the bags under my eyes. But she dropped off these beautiful bowls for me, and she said, I heard what you said, and I just wanted to give these to you to use and put in the kitchen, because I am getting a new kitchen. So I was just so thrilled. Everybody's so nice. So thank you so much, Janice. And then I had another friend, Pamela Harris. She came into the restaurant last night, and she made me homemade lemon curd. Her mom sent her lemons from, I think it's Arizona, and she had so much of them that she made me a whole jar of lemon curd, which is one of my favorite things. So I just feel very loved, and I'm just so grateful. So this is going here, and we've got our garlic and our onions, and they're nice and translucent. So to this, I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup of flour. And I'm adding the flour to it because it's going to thicken it up. We're going to just, because we don't want this to be a runny casserole, but we do want it to be a little bit thick. So we can go ahead and we can add the flour right in there. And of course, we're going to keep stirring it around. You'll see it instantly start to thicken up, and that's what flour does. I'm going to cook it off a little bit because, you know, everybody should know that flour has a raw taste to it if you just go ahead and you put it into a liquid. So it has to cook a little bit. Now to that, we're going to add 2 cups, almost everything is 2 cups. 2 cups of chicken, 2 cups of chicken broth, 2 cups of milk, 2 cups of cheese. It's incredible. So we're going to go ahead. This is 2 cups. If not, I have another one. Yep, there we go. 2 cups, and this is our liquid measuring cup. And I'm going to go ahead in here and pour that. And this almost looks like a 2-cup coffee cup that I've been making. I mean, it's delicious.
You like your coffee.
I do like my coffee, especially now. Now's the time when I start getting really tired. I'm up early, and before the restaurant, it's the first thing we do when we get to the restaurant is we make a pot of coffee. One of my servers actually even makes my cup. Now, do I feel special? Yes. Okay, so I'm mixing up the flour with the chicken broth and getting that done. Okay, so now I'm going to add 2 cups of milk to it. I have 2%. You could do whole. If you wanted to do skim, you could do that. I mean, you know, if you're washing, you know your cholesterol and fat and all that. This is 2 cups. And we're going to put that in. So we're done with the liquid measuring. And we got this going. Oops.
To the right?
To the right?
Yeah.
All right. And I just splashed it all over, but he doesn't want to whip that up. Okay, and also these noodles are done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them, they only take a second. I'm going to take them off the heat and I'm going to drain them. Abby has to go ahead and turn that off because she knows I'm terrible at it. And you want to know something? We were talking, this is how good friends are and people, like, Abby and I are very, very loved. She mentioned that she didn't have any strainers or colanders. And to the house this week, from one of our servers, Pam, she got a delivery of colanders. So, I feel really blessed. I really do.
I know, they're beautiful. And now I have 3.
And they're better than mine.
Yeah.
Just to let you know. There's all different sizes and everything. So, and these are the really nice ones, Ab. So you can sit them in your pot, and they can continue to drain, and then you can just lift them out.
Oh, I know.
So, Pam knew what she was doing.
Pam don't play.
She does not. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just leave these at the side and let them continue to drain. And we have this going here. Is this up all the way?
Mm-hmm.
Is it hot? Why isn't it on?
It just was.
Oh. All right. It's hot, but it should be boiling, so we're going to get to that point. And I have one in the oven already. I came over a little bit early, and I put one in already. So to this, we're going to add peas now. These are frozen peas. These are so delicious. And again, 2 cups of peas. So we're just going to put those in there, and they were frozen, as you see, when I put them in here, and they won't take long at all. Now, somebody said to me, what can you use if you don't like peas? These are the easiest because you just dump them in, but if you wanted to use like broccoli, you would have to saute it up a little bit before you put it in. Or if you want to use asparagus, because those kind of things, this only cooks for 20 minutes in the oven, and they will not get done in time. So you'd have to either microwave them or you'd have to cook them separately. But the peas, they're so tiny, they cook instantly. If you wanted to do mixed veggies, you could. You could do the peas, carrots, and the corn. You could put that in. That's a really good one. So we could do all of that. And then, what was the other one? Of course, spinach. Spinach you would just throw in. That's really good. So we could do that. And then, okay. The next thing we're going to throw in, we're going to salt and pepper it. And I never put like how much salt and pepper in a recipe because to me it's everybody's taste. My mom never cooked with salt at all. So we would have to salt our food after. I put in a little bit. My husband is a pepper fanatic, so I add a little more pepper. And then here's some salt. So I would probably say roughly like a teaspoon and then, you know, half a teaspoon of pepper. So this is...
It's on. It's just,
I don't know why it's not. Before when I was, it was so fast.
well, there's so much in it now.
You think?
Yes.
Okay. I was just waiting for it to get a little bit thicker. But while it is, we can just go ahead and we can put the, now we went ahead and I sprayed a 9x13 casserole dish. So that's all that is. And we can go ahead and we can put the egg noodles in there. And we'll go ahead and break them up a little bit. Put them in the bottom. I love egg noodles.
Mm-hmm.
We have something similar at Amici's. It's called pappardelle pasta. It's made with egg, but it's long and velvety like a ribbon. So those can continue to cool a little bit in there. Okay, so to this mixture now, so we have everything in that we need, and we're going to go ahead and put the chicken. Now this was just a rotisserie chicken. I took all the meat off of it. I left the bone to make some stock. And I took the skin off and threw that away. But this is all the meat. It's the dark and the white. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to add that in there. We've got the chicken in there now. And I was thinking as I was making this, I said to myself, you know what? We could add mushrooms if you wanted to. I'm not going to because, you know, Abby gets stomachache from them. And I'm going to give her one of these for her and Anthony to eat. So I'm not going to put the mushrooms in, but... you could add mushrooms, and you could add them when you do the onions. That's when you would want to soften them. And then the last thing we're going to put in here is cheese. And again, 2 cups of cheese. So I have a big shredded one. I have Colby, and I have cheddar. So that's just 2 different blends. Anything you want. When Abs makes her kick-ass roll, what do you use? Just cheddar?
The Walmart Fiesta blend.
Walmart Fiesta blend. She's a very good shopper. Okay, so this will, you know, the cheese will melt, warm through, and get like all warmed through. And we're going to put this. Now we could probably turn it off, and then we could put it in the pan right over top of these egg noodles. We're going to go. We're going to just go ahead. And everybody knows when you cook anything with pasta, it gets the juices get sucked up in it. So the fact that it's got like a lot of juice in here right now is a really good thing. So we're just gonna kind of toss this around and make sure all the little noodles get to join the party here. And that looks really good already. See that?
Yeah, that looks better than mine.
No. Now look how hot this thing wants to get. It's a bad mood today. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna do, you can't have a casserole and not have a topping. And that's the best thing about it. And it's funny because Abby and I like went back and forth about it because she uses Ritz crackers. I've seen a lot of people do it. It's very easy. Basically, you know, we just chop them up. I was just gonna try to crunch them in here, but I don't want to see.
Yeah.
How do you do them in the thing?
No.
What do you do?
I do a couple at a time just because it doesn't
Yeah,
go.
you need this thing. Rolling pin is where this would work.
I have a rolling pin.
Really good. That's okay. We'll use them what we got. And we're just gonna, I'm gonna crush these in this so this way it doesn't make a mess, and then I can just pour them out. So, I was going to use breadcrumbs and like a little Parmesan cheese and stuff and try to make it Italian, but I said, you know what, let's just keep this like American kick-ass roll.
Were you planning on putting sun-dried tomatoes in this?
I was.
Okay.
I was. Yeah, I thought about it, and then I said, you know what, it's just going to kind of change the whole flavor of it. But And you could put that again in with the onions. Okay, so I've got these all smashed up, and I can just pop them out of here. I'm gonna just grind them up a little bit more with my fingers here.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Track, you want a cracker? I didn't give you any cheese. Here, Trax.
Wow.
My word. And he's supposed to be a hunting dog. Is he a hunting dog?
Yeah, that's what they're used for.
Okay. We need to check our casserole in the oven. Okay, so I have all of these pretty much broken up. And to this now, I'm just going to add 2/3 tablespoon of olive oil. You could certainly do melted butter, but you know, if you wanted to keep it a little more healthy, you could use the olive oil. And we're just going to get these moistened up.
This is not a casserole to be thinking about your health.
I guess you're right.
Just embrace it.
Yeah. You know what? That's it. I'm not the healthiest of cooks. I try to be, but if I'm going to eat, I'm going to be happy.
Yeah, I agree.
just try to give people some options, you know? I mean, I don't want to be like the Paula Deen here with butter and everything. And good Lord. We went to her store and everything was, you know, it's butter, y'all. I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. These look beautiful. They're not soft. You know, they have like the nice little coating on them. And we're just going to go ahead and we're going to place them all over the top. And when it bakes, it's going to have that nice crispy crust on the top. Looks good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to let you keep this one here. And when we put it in the oven, then you guys can have it for dinner.
Aw, you spoil me.
Well, you guys work very hard. They both work all weekend long for me. Abby works all week. Anthony cooks all weekend long. It's the least I can do. I want to be his favorite mother-in-law. And his only mother-in-law.
That's good.
Okay. Are we ready to take it out of the oven? Look at these fancy things she's got going on here. Watch out, Trax. Watch out. Ooh-wee. Now, wait till you see this beautiful casserole.
Good God.
Wow. I'm going to put this one here. And want me to cook it up?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one in. There we go. You can hear it bubbling.
Yeah.
Nice. Let me get a plate for us. And we'll get.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful? Listen to the sound. Wow,
Look at
guys.
that thing.
It's beautiful. All right, I'm just going to get a nice serving spoon here. All right, we can go in. See how everything's done inside? It's hot, the cheese is all melted. Woo-wee. Listen to that.
Yeah, and it still looks nice and juicy.
It does, right here. Let me give you a fork. Are you gonna be able to do it again?
Yeah, I got this.
All right, and then I need one. Okay. I want some of the Crispies. Ooh, even this might be a little hot for me.
I know.
I can eat anything hot, but this is steaming, and it was 20 minutes, and the oven was 400, because everything is basically cooked, so we're just heating it through. How is it?
Oh, God, so good.
Mmm. Oh my God, so good. All right, so this weekend, what are we gonna do? We're gonna make a kick-ass casserole. Right, Tress? You can have this, buddy. It's way too hot.
Yeah.
I wish my mom had gotten into them. I don't know.
It's good, though.
Anyway,
I like
guys,
the
have a
piece.
great weekend. Make the casserole. Make it your own. Change it around. But eat it. If I can do it, you can do it.